Good morning. Welcome to our HappyBasins first day of our new pet sitter's job. I turned it on just a little bit early because Zsa Zsa is waking up and I wanted you guys to see her come down. So if you want to fast forward to when you see a group of people here, go ahead. Other than that, you can just watch Zsa Zsa. She wakes up and then she sits under her heat for a bit and then she's going to come down from up there. So I thought you guys might like to watch her as she comes down until our guests arrive. Enjoy. So here we are, you guys. We are here just a little early. So let's see, we're 7 minutes early. Before we get started, I just would like to introduce everybody. Now, this is the very first time that I've ever met Sariah's mother and her sister and brothers. And only the second time I've met Sariah. But she came over here for a visit, and if you want to consider that an interview for a pet sitter, it was a fabulous one. And here she is. So are you excited about your new job?
Yes.
Very good. We're excited to have you. And then this is Denise, Sariah's mother, who has so graciously allowed us to have Sariah on the live YouTube feed. Sariah is homeschooled, so she is able to do a lot more with the animals during the day than a lot of other students her age. So it works out great for all of us, doesn't it? Not to mention the learning experience dealing with the reptiles. Well, you guys, we're just going to kind of let the kids look at the animals. They just got here, so the littles have never seen the animals, and we're just going to kind of watch Sariah introduce the animals to her family. All right. Yes.
Come look. We can come see the turtles now.
You guys can start over here in this container, in this little house. This house belongs to Tiny Tim, but Tiny Tim is not in there. Tiny Tim likes to visit, and I'm going to show you how to take him to visit.
Right?
He likes to visit right over here in Passethia's house. And here you can see both animals. There's Tiny Tim. Come and look at Tiny Tim down there.
Do you need to squat
You
down?
guys see Tiny Tim
Do you see
and
the two
Passethia.
turtles?
Yeah.
And we're just having a visit. Sariah's introducing the animals to her family for the first time before we start discussing her duties.
And guys, look up there. That's an. Do you see the iguana up there, Ariana? Jesse, look up. Do you see the iguana up there?
Oh my gosh, way at the very top.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
I saw it. I didn't.
Do you see it?
That was so big. I don't. That
Not
was
here, no
camouflage.
snakes yet. Those are turtles. Look, Jesse, there's an iguana way out of the ceiling.
That looked
That
like.
tail coming down.
And guys, look.
Can you
Do
guys
you see the
Zsa Zsa
snake
up
over
there?
there?
That is so neat.
And just in case you guys just got here, we're just
Look at it.
introducing the littles here to the animals before we get started on Sariah's duties. So you haven't missed anything.
Oh wow. Come on, look at the snakes.
Look, Ariana. That's a king snake.
Yes, I'm going to put it in this spot and then I'm going to pick you up and show you,
That's
okay?
a king snake.
So here now they are looking, and we're going to meet all the animals and their names and everything. Come here and I'll show you.
In this one, there's another.
You're scared
king
of the snake?
But we might not be able to see that one right now. I'm pretty sure this one's the girl and the other one's the boy, I think she said, but I'm
Now,
not 100% sure.
you are actually going to feed both of those snakes today.
Oh, cool.
These snakes are super easy to feed. They don't require any heating or anything, just a defrosted meal of meat.
Hey, we're on it.
The snakes are right here, look.
Look at this one right here. That's a king snake. You see that? That's so neat.
Can you guys see Serape? Now, watch this. Serape is a very social animal. You guys see how she's at the glass like that?
She wants.
She wants out. It has nothing to do with being hungry. Now, this snake, I'm going to let her out. And all you have to do is don't wiggle your fingers in front of her face and you'll be good. She's very smart. She has her favorite spots to go. She even slithers all the way up the vines to the iguana house and sits in the water bowl sometimes. So Serape's, she'll go sit in her drawer for a while and then she'll get out and visit. And you guys can touch her. Please touch her.
Do you want to pet her, Jessie?
Oh, she's so smooth.
Look. See, she doesn't hurt you.
Slimy a little bit.
Yeah, they're not slimy, are they?
It doesn't hurt, Jessie.
That's okay. We'll put her back now.
So smooth and slippery.
Sometimes people just have a natural fear of the unknown, and snakes are one of those things.
Yeah. Awesome.
I hope I wasn't in the way of that video the whole time. So let's see what time it is. We still have 2 more minutes, you guys. We won't actually start talking about Sariah's duties until we're ready. Now, you guys can also see this snake down here, but this snake down here is nocturnal. And nocturnal means, does anybody know?
It means that it sleeps at the daytime and is awake and more active at night.
Very good. That is exactly right. So he is kind of hard to, and he has never ever bit or anything.
You're just nervous.
I know. You're from the side.
But sometimes he'll come out. Especially today, he's going to come out because we're going to feed him.
I see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's red.
Yeah, he's right there.
It had the tank.
Yeah, she's trying to get the snake
Oh,
out.
he's coming out.
Here he comes, you
Wait,
guys.
that looks like the poisonous one.
It's
but-
not. I know it looks like a coral snake. I hope you guys can see this on the video. And we want him up anyway because we're going to feed him here in a bit. There we go.
He's like,
It's
oh,
back.
And we'll leave his wood up here so he can't hide.
He's over here. Come on. Right here. In this corner.
That's bass.
Yeah.
Well, good. I think you guys were mostly able to see that.
That's neat. What a long snake. Huh.
Bass. Yes.
Very fast.
All right, you guys, let's get ready for our live feed. So far, we've just spent about 12 minutes just looking at the animals and meeting Sariah's family for the first time, for me and for you guys. All right, so I'm just gonna leave the camera like that. And here we are. This is Sariah, and today is Sariah's very first day working at HappyBasins as our brand new pet sitter. So did you imagine that you were going to be a pet sitter for reptiles one day?
No.
You never thought of it?
I did once, but I never thought it would actually happen.
Just a real dream, huh? And that is a very typical thing. Some people love reptiles, but never expect they might get to interact with them, especially at this level, right? Sariah, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, if you don't mind saying your age and your schooling situation, just a little quick briefing about you and your favorite hobbies.
Okay. Well, I'm Sariah. I am 11 years old, turning 12, and I use Excelis for schooling.
That's a homeschool program. And your favorite things to do? What do you do around? Do you guys go to the beach? We have some lakes here with little beaches.
Yes, I love to go to the beach and ride my bike.
Very nice. And do you ride your bike on the trails or mostly on the road?
It's 50-50. I like doing both a lot.
Very nice. And as far as animals go, what kind of pets have you had in your life?
Goats, chickens, snakes.
What kind of snake did you have?
I'm not sure because we found it in the wild.
Just kept them for a little while?
Yeah.
That's always fun, isn't it? To get to rehome them, to get to, meet an animal like that.
Yeah.
And then what else? Chickens, did you say chickens, goats, a snake?
Yes, pigs.
So were you ever in like a 4-H program or anything? Do you know what that is?
No.
Oh, right. Okay. So yes, that's, and they do have those kinds of programs for homeschooled people, but you don't need that because you get this. All right, you guys, we're going to start going over Sariah's duties. Little by little, of course, there are many things that I have not been keeping up with in our living room up here due to all of the things that we've had going downstairs in the jungle room. So as we go through things, I'll kind of tell you a couple things that have been neglected and that you'll see improved that are normally done on a schedule, but have been neglected, like I said. All right, well, Sariah, let's get started with the just having a look at the animals, okay? We'll come over here to the easiest animals, which are the tortoises. Now over here we have Passethia and Tinytim. And you guys can see that their enclosure is full of rocks and caves. They have a cave here, and their favorite cave is under there. And they love to dig. They love digging in their caves and climbing on their rocks. So, Sariah, the first thing we can do here is I'm going to show you how to pick up Tinytim. Hi, Saran. And transfer him, because we do transfer him twice a day. He lives in this table over here, but he likes to come over here and visit Passethia because the sun comes through and they like to lay in that sun over there. So when I pick up the tortoises, I never pick them up like this because they get confused. I pick them up a certain way and then I walk very slowly so that they can see everything and where they're going, because they're very inquisitive and okay, so here we go. Can you see? Okay. All right, so how we pick up the tortoises is I take my hand. The tortoises respond to this movement. You can sit here and do this to the tortoises. I hope you guys can see Tinytim. He's kind of moving to my beat. And they communicate with each other by nodding. And I found all this out online and tried it out, and it's true. If you keep doing it, they will start pumping their little selves and even come up and nudge your fingers when they're in the mood. So when I pick him up, I'm taking a little longer than normal, but I do let him know my hand is here, and I simply put my hand under them this way and make sure all of their little feet are supported. Because at this age, I can still do that. They like to feel something on their feet. And then I move him, make sure, it's kind of hard making sure you guys can see everything, so that he can see. And then I bring him over here, and I put him in his little house. And that's the same way I take him out of his house to transfer him over to Passithia's house. All right, so Tiny Tim is still visiting. He gets to stay over there all day until nighttime. So why don't you go ahead and practice what I just showed you?
Okay.
And just remember, we just don't want him to feel surprised or scared as much as possible. And I took a really long time. You don't have to take so long, but that is wonderful. The longer you take, the better for them. And then you can just kind of tickle them up onto your fingers. Very nice. And then make sure he can see where he's going. And you can put him right on that rock or really anywhere. Very nice. And Tiny Tim gets to do that. As soon as he wakes up, and you'll see, usually when they wake up, they go get under their heat. So, and shortly, Passethia is going to be right there on that rock under that heater. And Tiny Tim, when he wakes up, he sleeps, he's got caves too, and he sleeps in that cave, and then comes up in the morning and wakes up and lays on top of the rock under his heater. So once he's, out and about, he can come over. Usually, I guess, around 11 or 12, he does. All right, and then Passethia. The only time we pick Passethia up is when we take him outside to put him in the pool, which we are going to do today. We're going to do stuff outside, even though I have not blown the leaves off my porch. All right, so we have Zsa Zsa up here. She did actually come down a little bit this morning, but I put her back up there because I wanted you guys to see her come down. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to go ahead and feed the tortoises. And when we're feeding the tortoises, that might cause Zsa Zsa to come down. So let's pull the camera back here, and I'll just pay attention to what the animals are doing. All right, so Sariah, we have some different kinds of food today. And everybody doesn't need to see, it just comes out of the refrigerator. And what I do with this food, let's see if I can move this back some. I like to tease the animals a little bit. I like them to know that they're about to get food and not just feed it to them when they're not asking for it. Because when they ask for it, it's just too adorable. All right, so Sariah, why don't you sit right there and I'll sit on the floor. I like to try to do the same thing every time because then they learn habits. These animals are very habitual as far as when they go to sleep and where they eat and everything. All right, so just go ahead and face this little way right here. And we feed the animals all different things. We feed them bok choy, kale, and iceberg lettuce. The reason we feed them iceberg lettuce is because the kale and the bok choy is too nutritious. For them, it has, I can't remember the word, but it has something with too much a word. And so they can't have this all the time, but it's fine as part of a balanced diet. Same with zucchini, same with everything. So some days I just give them iceberg lettuce. All right, so we just peel this and they are all going to start coming. So just go ahead and peel the skin off about half of that.
All right.
And here they come. Tortoises move very slowly, but I'm trying to speed up the process. And these guys, I usually feed them closer to noon. So they're not like starving or anything. This is a little early for them. So they are moving slower than normal to come and get their food.
So about like half of it like this?
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
Now what I do is I take this big piece and I just go back and forth like this. And these pieces are going to be for Zsa Zsa. So you can go ahead and just try to do that.
Okay.
Come on, you guys. I got this food for you. I got this. Come on. Come on. All right. Zsa Zsa. Zsa Zsa. Yeah, she already came down, so we can still get her down. She loves food. Oh, I see there are messages. I'm going to check those here in a second. Zsa Zsa. I got this for you, Zsa Zsa. Here you go, Zsa Zsa.
And Amy, do you think this is enough though?
Yes, that will be enough.
Okay.
Here's Zsa Zsa. All right, so we'll just do some more stuff until the animals come out. It's still pretty early for them. This is just about the time they're waking up. Let's check some of our messages and see if anybody has questions before we move on. And we'll work on water bowls and then come back and see how interesting the animals are being. All right, let's look at a couple questions here. I'll move this on the tortoises while you guys are listening to me talk.
I think Zsa Zsa might come down.
Oh, I'm so glad your snake finally shed, Sariah. I know we've been knowing he was blue for a few days. Yes, they do like to eat after they shed, that's for sure. And those king snakes, they will definitely have a nice little taste test of anything they can. The iceberg lettuce is not good to be given to them more than a couple times a week in our case. And we even try to let their food dry out overnight so they're not getting too much water. So the iceberg lettuce, it really does not have the nutrition that they need, but it does give them a break from the other bok choy and kale that they really love. So we have to give them some stuff that's, it's a balanced diet. They get all different meals. All right, now we are going to change these water bowls, and then when we go outside, we're also going to look at preparing the pool for the tortoises. They love to go outside in the pool. So and we have the food ready here, and as soon as they start coming down, we'll feed them. We'll stop whatever we're doing and feed them. So come on over here, Sariah, and let me just double check that we can see everything. So you guys can see that yesterday the animals had kale because this is all over the place. And when we feed Zsa Zsa, you'll see I often take Zsa Zsa's leftover food and throw it in here because it's dried up a little bit. The tortoises don't need that much water. So I just take this is iceberg lettuce from actually a couple days ago, but the amount of water they get in here keeps it kind of fresh. And I just leave that in there because they will munch on it. And I take everything else out. If there are a couple dry pieces here, I might pull those off if they're still green because they will eat it. And then I have to go get the trash. I accidentally forgot to put it back there. Let's see where we have this. So this is our trash can. We just refresh this bag when we need to, and all of this stuff just goes right into the trash can. As well as when the animals poop, we have some paper towels here, And what we do with the paper towels is we just rip off a piece like this and fold it in half if you want to, and just pick up the poop and throw it in this trash bag. So that's for the tortoises. Zsa Zsa is actually going to get in the shower, and we're going to do that as soon as she comes down. But we have plenty to do until then. All right, so you see that water bowl right there?
Yeah.
You can kind of see how it fits in there like a puzzle. So it doesn't go any other direction, and you can kind of see the shape of it like that. So we're just going to pick up all the water bowls and take them outside. And it just, once we get them all out there, it's real easy to rinse them. So for today, that one has a little bit of water in it. This one does not. I do not always have water in the tortoise houses. I do let their water dry up for a couple days.
Zsa Zsa's coming down.
Oh, Zsa Zsa. Zsa Zsa's coming down. She's gonna get down on her diagonal. It's important to get Zsa Zsa before she gets too far down. So what we do is when Zsa Zsa gets just a little bit farther down on her diagonal there, across the window, we're gonna put her in the shower. So we're still gonna give her a minute. She just likes to look outside and see what's going on. And I don't like to take her until she's sitting, but she loves her showers. But can you guys see her looking all around out there? What's going on? She's very inquisitive. When trucks or people walk by, she is very, very alert. All right, so you guys can see that Passethia here is waiting for food. He doesn't want the lettuce. He knows that's from yesterday. He wants something fresh, but it looks like he's willing to eat it if there's nothing else to eat. So we can go ahead and give Passethia a little bit of food right now. So just take a few of those strips and throw it in there for him. And you guys can see that Tiny Tim went over by the cave. But as soon as he hears Passethia eating, he'll be excited. And give him some of the meat, some of the fresh stuff from in there. Oh yeah, he is really gonna like that. Good morning, Lady Z. I don't know if I said good morning. I saw your message and then... All right, so Tiny Tim perked his head up because he can actually hear Passethia eating. And Zsa Zsa is making her way down. So it looks like we might be doing a shower before we do water bowls. So a problem that Sariah is going to have is reaching Zsa Zsa at this point right here. Because the thing is, if we don't get Zsa Zsa, she actually will not poop unless she's either in a plant or in almost the exact spot as Tiny Tim. So she'll come all the way down into the enclosure and poop right there. So we just try to keep her from doing that by putting her in the shower. So I think Sariah is going to have to actually wait it out for Zsa Zsa to come down a little more. Now, if it were just me, I could just reach right over here and pick her up. But I'm not going to do that because we're going to wait and let Sariah do that. She's very responsive to being handled. She's really good at it. All right, well, let's go ahead and take care of the water bowls. So why don't you grab that water bowl? And then you guys can, and we're just going to carry it right out the front door where you came in. And then you guys can see Tiny Tim's water bowl is just like Passethia's. It fits right in like a puzzle. So you just have to know like which way it goes in there. And you'll see that when you do it. All right. Now we are going to set that right there. And we have more water bowls than just that. So Let's go on outside here. I wonder how loud that is. I'll mute it for a second. All right, it was muted. The water was really loud. We just spray the water bowls out with the hose. We clean the water bowls about once every 3 days. So if we're gone for a whole week, Sariah would only have to do that one time. And then you just kind of feel, once you spray it out real good, you feel it with your fingers and then do it like this, because sometimes they do get a little, these don't have any slime in them at all, so you can't feel it, but feel it right now how it feels, like along that edge. This right here, this is the part that gets slimy around the edges. So, and then I turn them over and I spray them on the other side. Just give them a good spray. Perfect, and that's it. And then just pick them up, shake them off. The water bowls is the boring part, guys. Don't worry. We are going to put the tortoises in the tub and let them have a soak. And then we're going to put Zsa Zsa in the shower where she's potty trained to poop. So you guys will get to see all of that. All right. Now you see if you can figure out the puzzle piece for the water bowls. And if it just goes in the one way, so if it's not the right way, then you'll know right away. Perfect. See how I just moved it? Just to see how it fits each piece onto the ground there. Yep. Because they will, if it's even raised a little bit, they'll try to get over it. Oh, perfect. All right, so the puzzle pieces are very easy to fit in. Okay, now we have Zsa Zsa's water bowl right up here. Zsa Zsa's water bowl, you have to stand on this stool. It's easiest, and well, I can take her old food down to show you guys. You can see these clips right here. Can you? All right, so these clips right here, this is where we clip on her kale and her bok choy and when she has her big leaves, because we like Zsa Zsa to be able to pull her food off and use her neck. So I'm out of bok choy and kale right now, so we won't be able to do that. But you guys can also see that there are some leafy stuff on here. And I literally just throw this right into the tortoise house. And they will eat all of the greens off of it. They also like to step on their food and pull. Oh, and we went up there to get the water bowl. So this water bowl, it's a little tricky, like when you very first try it, but you just push it up like this and then take the bowl right out of the plant holder. And it may feel complicated at first. So there we have that water bowl. And we're going to take that outside and spray it off. But you guys don't have to watch us do that right now. We'll do it. We'll put all these water bowls outside. And then when we put the tortoises in the pool, we'll clean out the water bowls. So let's just go ahead and get the rest of these water bowls out of here and just put them on the porch. My hammocks are getting in the way, aren't they? All right, that ought to work, eh? All right, now.
Zsa Zsa is going all the way down, though.
Oh, Zsa Zsa is, isn't she? Remember, you guys, I said we were going to stop whatever we were doing to get Zsa Zsa. Now, she is all the way down there. She's going to continue. Just for fun, we'll let her go because she is going to come over and get on that tortoise rock under that sun. She loves that. Oh, yes, I am going to...
What is this room?
What is it?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Like, what is that room?
Oh, that's just the office.
Cool.
Okay, so what I've gone and done is I was actually looking for a smaller one, and I forgot to tell Sariah to bring a zip-up jacket with long sleeves. So you can just put this one on for this process. We'll go ahead and get Zsa Zsa since we could probably wait a long time before she gets all the way down since there's stuff going on. So we are going to first go start the shower. So I'm going to go do that. You guys don't need to see me start the shower. And you kind of just get close to her. And I'll show you the shower when we get in here.
All right.
Oh, I mean, when we bring the camera in there, I'll show it to you. Okay, but for now, I just went and turned it on. So there we go in the bathroom, in the reptile bathroom, and we turn the shower on. And the shower is going to warm up a little bit because Zsa Zsa loves the shower so much that if she is in the bathroom while the water's warming up, she'll dive into the cold water. She loves her shower. All right, so she's going back up, so you can't really reach her. Do you want to see if you can reach her? Yeah. I mean, you and me aren't that much different. Here, stand on this. Look, this stool. And you kind of put it underneath there a little. There you go. All right. And your hands go completely under her. We never take her from the top because she's very prideful and she does not like to feel. Put your fingers under her feet.
Okay, under.
Yeah, there you go, as much as you can. And the back feet too.
She's trying to.
And it's going to be a little hard. Here, I'll show you and then I'll put her back down.
Okay.
So just putting your hand completely under her like this is really the best way. And she comes right up. So the thing she does not like is to be grabbed here, or you saw how it goes. You basically just get her to walk up onto your arms. Right, Zsa Zsa? You're a good girl, Zsa Zsa. You're a good girl. Okay. So the reason Sariah had to put long sleeves on, do it quick, and lift her up.
Okay.
Just put all the hands under and lift her straight up.
No, she keeps going to.
I know. That's all right. Just be a little aggressive with her. So just put the hands under and lift her up. And you can move your hands like this because if you keep her too close to here for too long, she's going to try to get back over there. So you want to take her away as fast as you can. And I'm still going to let you keep trying. She doesn't mind. She gets so bored. When she gets bored, she goes crazy. So the stimulation, wonderful, good work. Very good.
Tail's getting caught.
Good job, Zsa Zsa.
Oh.
And you guys can see Zsa Zsa's shedding. And just don't let her climb on your head. And go ahead and go walk back to that bathroom, and I'll take everybody with us.
Okay.
All right, so Zsa Zsa gets a quick shower each morning. Sometimes she gets to stay in there if she wants to. And this is the guest bathroom that is, but it is our reptile bathroom. So, Sariah, go ahead and sit on that chair. The reason we had to put Sariah in long sleeves is because Zsa Zsa's nails are very sharp. So go ahead and practice guiding her. Anytime you can put a hand under her legs, she will usually cooperate. And I'm just going to help you because you'll get time to get used to her before you have to manage her on your own. And never let her never let her on your bare skin, because even though she doesn't want to scratch you, she doesn't mean to, that's just how she moves. So she gets down there, you guys, and she loves it. She will stay in there as long as you let her. So we usually, also another thing we forgot is checking the water temperature. So we're going to take this gun and check that temperature. It's 94. 94 in a couple spots, but mainly 92. So that's just good. Anywhere from 92 to 94 is good. Now there I hit a spot that was 95. So I may want to just give this, can you guys see the faucet here? I may just want to give the faucet just a little bump, just barely. Barely. And the only reason I did that is because I hit a spot that was 95. So you just kind of hold it around. If you hit 94, that's okay. But if you hit a 95, just bump it a tiny bit. And she likes it. Sometimes if I'm in a really big hurry and I need her to poop fast before I have to go somewhere, I'll put the water all the way up to like 95. And the warmer the water is, the faster she poops. And the water's not on full blast. It's just actually on a little more than usual. You just have to be careful because it will go off, you know, if it's too low. So we will come back and check on Zsa Zsa. Let's go work on our water bowls. Sometimes she'll sit in there for quite some time, and sometimes she's ready to go right away. All right, we are going to first I'm going to get this strap that I keep stepping on down here. It's like a shoelace that you don't want to tie. You don't want to take the time to tie it, so you just keep tripping on it. All right, so we are going to, while we're waiting for Zsa Zsa, we're going to remove the snake water bowls, take them outside, and then while we prepare the outside pool for the tortoises, we're going to clean the water bowls at that time. So another thing we're going to do really quick is Sariah's going to come over here, and Passethia is gone. Passethia ate all of the zucchini that Sariah put up there, and now Tinytim's up there. So let's give him a little bit of zucchini, of the meaty part. He'll be very happy for that. And you guys can see they're not interested in this lettuce, and that's perfectly fine, but sometimes they just like to munch on something, and it's in there, and it doesn't cause any trouble. So he'll turn around and go up there and start eating it. All right, snake water bowls. This is a little complicated because Serape. So first of all, when I open Serape's door, she's going to come right out. And it's really going to be up to your comfort level. Of course, not at first, but after, you won't actually work for a month almost. So we'll have plenty of time for you to get more comfortable. So when you open Serape's door, you want to make sure her head is over there. Okay. And if it's not, then you can, I'll teach you how to handle her, because she will bite your fingers, but she's perfectly handleable if you pick her up in the right place and move her body and just watch her body language. And when she does bite, it is nothing. It usually almost always doesn't break any skin. So here she is. You see she comes right out. And I can get these water bowls without bothering her. So they're kind of heavy. You want to just see if you can take those out. Now, Serape, that's good, yes. Just watch her, and then just set those water bowls right on the floor. And the reason you have to set them down, and I usually do have a little stool right there, the reason you have to set them down right away because she will always come out. So once she's out like this, if all you do is just pick her up in the middle and put her in there. And you have to really shove her back in there sometimes. Very good, excellent. And just don't even worry about touching the glass. And there's, if you ever need it, there are these little sticky things right here, and you could put it on the glass and open and close the doors like that.
All right.
But usually your fingers will do it unless they're wet. All right, so now we have another water bowl. This snake you never have to worry about because he's new and he is not used to people yet, although he's getting much better. So we're just gonna take that water bowl out too. And he's actually, we took his tunnel, his piece of cork wood out. You can go ahead and get that bowl. And so he's hiding in the dirt over on his plant side, and we won't see him until it's time to eat. He's usually pretty good at eating, and we are going to feed these two animals today. They eat frozen, defrosted mice. All right, so I will go ahead and take the light water bowl, only because I want you to have a feel of how it is. So go ahead and pick that one up, and I'll take this one, and we will head outside. Some of you know who's in there, don't you? If you know who that is, say his name. And then we have one more water bowl. That was Zsa Zsa's, and I put it on that little stool. All right, we are going to be running water and rinsing out that pool. And it's going to be really loud for a minute, so I am going to put the phone on mute for just about maybe 3 minutes while I do the pool. And then I'll come back and put it on. You guys can watch us put the tortoises in the water. All right, there we go. I hope I didn't accidentally choose some kind of filter. So Sariah's spraying the water bowls and filling them to see if they have any kind of slimy substance in them, because that's what happens when the water bowls, even after like 3 days, you can get some slimy feeling inside of them. So you have to rinse it with water, and then you have to take your fingers and rub it in there and feel for any slime. And while she's doing that, I'm going to get the tortoise's little setup going here. For the tortoises, I take this chair and turn it around into the water here. And Sariah won't do what I'm about to do, but I am going to just show her. When I'm here, this is how we do it. But when it's not me, then we better not. So at this time, I am going to... All right, there we go. Oh. I didn't accidentally choose some kind of filter. So Sariah's... Okay. So on this now, we are going to use this setting. Come on over here. We're going to use the setting cone. And so we just turn it to cone. And come on over here because you don't want to have your back to the camera. And then we're going to turn this on. But you see this little screw right here? We're just going to loosen that screw. Push this little metal thing down to hold it like that. And then just keep loosening the screw. And you see it from the shower, it just has to be on cone. It squirts it a little bit more, and then just turn this to where it's just barely coming out. And the tortoises get this like twice a week. Sometimes they don't even get it to go in there twice a week. So it's a treat for them. I am going to push this table more into the sun because I do like for them to get sun. It's really good for them. So I'm going to push the table there. And the sun moves quickly. So when they're out here, you do have to keep moving it. They can stay out here for a long time, as long as it's not too hot. So let's go get the tortoises. Should we check on Zsa Zsa or put the tortoises in first? Let's do the tortoises. All right, here we are with these little guys. And we are going to just pick them up one at a time, just like we did before. So there's Tinytim. And I'll get Passethia today. And you get Tinytim, okay?
Okay.
So if you guys were here at the beginning, you know how we pick the tortoises up. We show them our hand. And we always do what's a friendly gesture to tortoises. And when you guys can do your finger, your fingers, or your head, and you'll notice if you start doing this, your tortoises will do it back and sometimes even come and nudge your hand. I don't know if you guys can see Passethia, but he's doing it back to me. Now, Passethia is in his cave. That's why I opted to get Passethia instead of having Sariah do it, because that's his cave. He is going to dig his feet in and not come out easily. So I am going to probably have to use 2 hands. No, he came right out. And now I pulled him out, but I'm still going to be sure and pick him up from underneath. And he's bigger, so I like them to have all their legs supported as much as possible. So I just hold them like this. And here, let's trade, because you have 2 hands. And then I make sure that their faces are facing forward, and I move slowly to where I'm going to go, because they like to see what's going on. These tortoises are very intelligent. They remember things. So I just like to move slow and let them see where they're going. If I pick up these tortoises and they are super scared and they hide their heads, which Passethia does more than Tinytim, then I'm going too fast. So let's just go ahead and come outside here. All right, so now we are going to put these guys in here. And if anybody here has ever had tortoises, put them in the sun over there, then you know what's going to happen here. How many of you think you know what's going to happen? You're probably right. So we are just going to leave them out here to sit in the sun. And their pool cannot fill up too fast because Larry has put holes all along the bottom. So if the water got that high, it would just drain right out. All right, before we go in to get Zsa Zsa, let's go ahead and grab these water bowls because there are so many. And I'll explain why. Look, feel that right there. You feel that?
Yeah.
That's slime. So when you feel it with your fingers, you just want to really make sure it's super duper like squeaky. And Sarahi's water bowls are the hardest because she has 3 of them. They just are because she's really super spoiled. This one is great. And this one, feel that right there. You feel that?
Yeah.
So just so you know how it feels, and the reason why all of that slipperiness has to come off is because it builds up in just a matter of days. And if we don't get it off right away, then it comes faster and thicker. And it's just what happens when you have water bowls. And there is something about this, not fabric, but this material it's made out of. But I like that this material feels slimy because I know I can get it really clean. All right, so just pile all these water bowls on top of each other and we'll carry them inside. She still has that jacket on. So Sariah will be able to put any jacket on that I have here or bring one with her because you do have long sleeves to deal with Zsa Zsa. All right, so we're going to just for now, this stool is usually over here. For now, you can just set all the water bowls down right here. And I'll actually take these 2 from you. We'll just put them back. Okay, we'll deal with those later. For now, let's go do something more fun, which is get Zsa Zsa out of the tub. So go ahead and go in there, and let's see. My wood floors do not make a smooth surface for this tripod to roll on, but I am grateful to have it on wheels. All right, so let's see. Zsa Zsa has not pooped. She is just enjoying herself. So you guys can see Zsa Zsa in there. She's just really enjoying herself. So let's check the water temperature. And this is just, you just pull the trigger and point it. Like if I want to check the water right where she is, it's 91. The water over here is 94. I did hit a spot that's 95, but that's okay because she's way over there. And besides that, she's fine. All right, let's go ahead and have a seat there. Shedding. So she is going to get a little rub down. And she loves to have a rub down. So we just take this little thing, and this is just a little scrubber that Larry had. He has these at work, whatever they use them for. I don't even know. Maybe something in the lab. But it has a perfect, I don't know what you guys can see, I'm sorry. It has a perfect little scrubber soft, feel that. Now we used to use a toothbrush, but it would take too long because Zsa Zsa likes to get scrubbed. So to really give her what she wants, can you scoot your chair over that way just a little? Perfect. To really give her what she wants, it has to be, and this is really cute. Zsa Zsa, you're going to skate Zsa Zsa? And of course, you're sitting in the best spot. So you can get her. I don't want to get the camera. Come here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to bother you. And normally you just get her right where she's sitting. So, my arms are getting all wet. Once she realizes she's getting the scrub, she'll settle down because she loves it. And you just scrub her, she pushes against it. And, oh, there, she's gonna poop. Great. So you guys probably don't want to watch her poop. But she usually doesn't take this long to do it. But it's very easy and convenient to have her do it like this. And she used to go every single day in the plant, but now she has started going in the tortoise house. So as soon as she finishes that, and I'll do it this time, I just take some bathroom tissue and I pick it up and I throw it into the toilet. And I usually do a better job at it, but I'm trying to stay out of the camera's sight. Then I would normally flush the toilet right away, but since you guys are here, I take this. This is a hose that we have in the bathroom, and I spray everything over toward her drain over there. And her shedding skin and stuff will be over there on that drain. And then I'll just pick the drain up and rinse it after. All right, so let's go ahead and try that scrubbing. And you can take your jacket off if you want to. It doesn't matter if it gets wet. Are you gonna take it off?
Okay.
Here, I'll help you.
I've got it pulled up on that one.
Okay. And then just go ahead and practice scrubbing her. And then you want to get the sides of her scales and, like not right on the top. Here, let me trade you places real quick and I'll show you. Because I know it's awkward. I only showed you for 1 second. So sometimes she has a lizard brain.
Uh-oh.
A lizard brain means that her flight or fight mode kicks in. So she just needs to know that she's going to get scrubbed. So sometimes you can just hold her back legs like this right here, just to calm her down. Once she starts rolling like that, she needs a little help calming down. And then you just take this on her sides like this. Once she realizes what's happening, she will sit for it. And she likes it on her belly, like that. Oh yeah, lots of skin coming off. And we have a special drain for her over here that catches all the skin. You see how much she likes that, Sariah?
Uh-huh.
She likes the inside of her thighs, underneath her tail. She really enjoys that. And things are a little weird today, so she's, not her regular self. All right, I am going to turn the water off, and we'll talk more about where to put the water for the right temperature. I can even put a little piece of tape. All right, so now to get Zsa Zsa out of the tub, you're going to put your long sleeves back on, and you want to make sure they're pulled all the way down. And then, like we pick her up from her perch, we're going to let her walk up onto our hand, our arm. So when I go to pick her up, I'm just going to put my hand right under her there, just like that, and pick her up like that.
Okay.
She's very pick-upable. As long as, yep, there you go. And with her, it's best to move quickly, not like the tortoises, because when she's moving, she is looking around. If she's sitting still, she may be thinking of where to jump to. All right, so before we feed Zsa Zsa, hold on, bring her around over here. We're going to take her outside.
Cool.
So, oh my gosh, look how comfortable she is with you. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, let's go outside with Zsa Zsa. I think for a second when I was trying to do when the microphone was out, you guys, I did see somebody said Hansel, but you said something else that was close to Hansel and not actually Hansel, but yes. And I didn't get to see any other messages, so just that one, but I'll look here in a second. All right, so what we see, you can just keep holding Zsa Zsa. Stand a little over there so people can see Zsa Zsa, like next to the water there. Oh yeah, that's too cute. You guys can see what happened in the pool water, if you can see that good, is that when you put the tortoises in the water, they poop. So what we're going to do at this point is we just take the tortoises out and set them on the ground. And remember, what we're doing with Zsa Zsa right now is not something that Sariah will do alone yet. And what I'm going to do with Zsa Zsa is I am just going to put her right here on this chair. And she will usually just sit there. She likes to watch her tortoises. She likes to make sure that the tortoises are not getting any food that she should be getting. She's kind of like a big sister bossy. So at this point, I am just going to pick up these tortoises and put them on the wood right down here. And then I am going to, I have to take the hose off automatic here. And then I'm going to dump this pool and spray it out a bit. And, oh, sorry guys. Oh, sorry, I know that was so loud. But you guys see that lizard? She just sits there. She is just too interested in things when things are happening to actually go anywhere. So, but I do watch her. Her body language is very particular. If she were about to try to go somewhere, we would know it long before she does it. And then, Sariah, you see how I just kind of find out how to wrap this hose and twist it so that the water's coming out nicely. Mm-hmm. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you can always move the chair. And the reason I leave the water dripping just a little bit like that is because the tortoises love it. So I'm just, you saw how I just did that, Sariah? Go ahead and pick them up.
Is it like the same way you just did?
Yes, just with your, and you don't have to take all the time with your fingers right now. Just make sure his face can see stuff because they're already getting picked up and moved. So the initial taking a lot of time to pick them up is really getting them out of their habitat. Once they're out and about, we don't have to take so much time to make them aware. So there you guys have seen Zsa Zsa on videos sitting there watching the tortoises, and now you have it live. This is really just how we do it. That was not a one-time video. That lizard, wait till we give the tortoises food. I'll go get the food, Sariah, and you stay here and babysit. Pet sit. And we have done things kind of in a weird scattered order today, but that's just because I'm trying to keep the video rolling on at least halfway interesting stuff. All right, Sariah, I'll tell you what you can do. You can come and sit over here next to Zsa Zsa in that red chair there. And you have fed Zsa Zsa greens before, but today you're going to feed her zucchini. And don't forget, she's going to pull on it, so you have to hold it tight so she doesn't pull it off. And I'm actually going to turn her around so that everybody can see her eating. Sweetheart, you're just going to turn around here because you're on TV. My little Zsa Zsa is on TV. And then you can take your other hand and just kind of hold her right here. She likes that because that way when she pulls on the food, she has something to pull. You feel how she kind of uses you to pull on the food? And then while you're feeding that to Zsa Zsa, I am just gonna, did she bite you?
Yeah.
You have to, yes, at the end, just let her have it. When it gets too short, just let her have it. And it's more scary than it hurts. You know, like a little shock. Here you go. So you got an ant on you?
Yeah, I just went to sleep a little bit.
There you go. You can give them that too. All right, I am going to give the tortoises what's left of this kale. It's not much, but they love the kale. They just can't have it real often. Hey, you guys, look what I got for you. And I am also going to peel up the rest of this zucchini that Sariah started. Here, sometimes she loves zucchini, so sometimes when she already had some zucchini, she won't eat something else. Is that kind of what's happening right now?
A little bit. Like she ate a little bit, but then she kind of stopped.
Here, this is what she really wants. Oh. So there's some pieces when you need it. And were you guys amazed to see Zsa Zsa just sit there while I clean out the pool and everything? She's so tame, isn't she? And I'm just going to peel up the rest of this zucchini. Zsa Zsa will eat this whole thing today. She will eat the entire zucchini today. And then, if you guys may not be able to see me here, I am just peeling this zucchini and getting all the meat off. Because Zsa Zsa likes the meat the best. And then I just take the rest of this whole thing and I give it to these guys. And they will eat all of it. They will not leave one single little morsel. They love food. They don't care what it is. And here is a lot more stuff for Zsa Zsa. So you guys, I don't know if you noticed, but Sariah did get her finger bit by Zsa Zsa. Not that Zsa Zsa tried to bite her. It was just Sariah's hand got just a little too close. So at the very last bite of that zucchini, you have to just let her take it.
Yeah. I actually didn't have food in my hand, but I had my hand here, and she bit my finger.
How does it feel sitting there taking care of all these animals like this?
It's really fun.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful picture, sitting there with the tortoises and the iguana.
Yeah, I like doing it.
Wonderful. What do you think your favorite part's going to be?
Just being with the animals.
Yes. And we are not going to go downstairs to the jungle room today. We'll save that for another day. I went down there before Sariah got here just to look and make sure everything was in tip-top shape, and it was. But I just looked at Isis and I thought, that sweet girl, we'll just stay out of there today. But the main job that Sariah will have down in the jungle room is going to be watering plants. And we will do that really quick too before we're finished here today. And we're actually just going to leave the tortoises in the pool probably for the next 3 hours or so. They're perfectly fine. Once they finish all that food, you'll see them just sprawled out, spoofed, or I think it's called spoofing, where they're just all their legs and their bellies flat and they're just absorbing the sun. So they love being in the water. And when I'm out here with Zsa Zsa, I don't ever go inside and just leave her sitting out here. I always stay with her. Of course, she's not real quick. She's not gonna just like go from a lounging spot to jumping on a tree. She's very calculative and prepares her body before she makes a move. So if her legs are spoofed out, you know, her tail's just hanging down to the side, I know the animal's not going to move. She's not going to take off running in 1 second. The older she's getting, the more calculative she's becoming. So she has to really look around and make a decision about what she wants to do. And then she'll prepare her little hands and feet and her legs to get in the right position before she moves. And Sariah is holding her back legs right now for the only reason Sariah is holding her back legs is because when Zsa Zsa takes a bite of that food, she pulls. And Zsa Zsa actually uses your hand when it's there because that arm of that chair is just a little slippery. All right, why don't you go ahead and grab Zsa Zsa, and I'll tell you why she's not eating so vigorously right now, and it's because the turtles have food, and all she can think about is their food better than my food? And that's one of the main reasons Zsa Zsa keeps such a good eye on the tortoises, is because she knows they get food. So, Zsa Zsa, do you want to get in there, Zsa Zsa? Do you want to go in there? Let's see. Yeah, Zsa Zsa maybe wants to go. Look, this is what the turtles are eating. Zsa Zsa likes to be pet and patted. She's super cute. Kind of shake her off a little. Shake off the little thing. Yes, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. All right, so I'm just gonna set her back here, and then you pick her up.
Okay.
And I'll get her food, and we'll head back inside.
All right.
You go ahead and we'll get you two on this camera because you two are so cute together. And if you guys missed it, Sariah has to wear a zip-up shirt like that when she handles Zsa Zsa, because Zsa Zsa doesn't mean to scratch, she does. All right, so go ahead and put her, just for fun, put her on that corner right there.
Right here?
Yeah, it's all gonna dip down, but she knows it and she's okay with it. Good girl, Zsa Zsa. So now she's back home. And then when she has sliced zucchini or something that's not a green, when she has kale and bok choy and big leaves, we clip it to her water bowl holder. But in this case, we have all this stuff. So all you're gonna do is just scrape it right onto that rock.
Okay.
And try to stand to the side. Zsa Zsa's very intent. She knows exactly what Sariah is doing. She knows that that food is going to be there. Very good. I'm actually just going to take some of these skins out. There she is, already eating it. So now that she's not distracted by the turtles, she's just going to happily eat her food there. So let's see. We need to put the water bowls back. So let's go ahead and do that. While we put the water bowls back, I'm going to let you guys watch Zsa Zsa for a second. She's just too cute, isn't she? See if we can get over here. These hammocks make it hard to film. So she's pretty cute eating her food there. All right, let's come over here and we're going to put the water bowls in and talk about watering and filling water bowls now. So here we have two enclosures. We have Serape and Hundo. Serape is our Aztec king snake, and Hundo is our Honduran milk snake. I think I maybe just need to take these hammocks down for this part. So Sariah, you want to go over there and open Serape? And this is going to be good practice to really see how she will jump out at you. And just remember, when she jumps out, it's just because she just wants to come out. And we do let Serape out. She slithers all around this house. She is a very social animal. All right, now take her 3-layer water bowl and just set it right in there. There are some rocks there, so you can kind of see how to balance it. Oh, we have comments here. Saran, thank you for coming. Yes, the jungle room will be another time. And yes, Saran would like to see Serape live.
Okay, is this good?
On a feed one day. No, pull it over to the right, pick it up, and look, there's a rock under there. You see this? It looks like maybe you moved it when you put it in there. So you just want to make sure it's like lift it high and set it in there. Because Serape likes to go under her water bowl too.
Okay, like that?
Now feel it, kind of wobble it a little. All right, so it feels like maybe you need to move the left rock. So just kind of manipulate those rocks a little until it doesn't feel wobbly. And it's really just a matter of feeling it. And let's see if I can help a little bit. How does that feel? Oh yeah, that feels good. I'm just going to shove more under there. Okay, very good. And then leave that open for now since she's not coming in there. And go ahead and open Honduras on Hundo. Larry named Hundo because he's a Honduran milk snake. And so Larry named him after the John Wayne character Hundo.
But does it matter which
No,
one?
those are identical. So just stick one in there. And then the side with the flattest side, which is right here, goes along here. But not touching it. Just on top of that rock. Perfect.
All right, so
Very
we're going to
good.
keep this one open too?
Yes.
Okay.
And before we put Zsa Zsa's in, we are going to learn about the water hose. So we do have a water system directly in here. So pick up that hose right there. Don't press the button yet. And then so that you can see how it feels, it comes out kind of strong. So put it into Serape's water bowl. And pull the trigger. Pull it kind of slow.
Like this one?
Yes. And it's going to splash, and that's fine. It's okay if it splashes. And then you're going to let that fill up to completely overflow and fill up the second bowl. Serape likes, and that foam is not soap, you guys. It's just from the water running. Completely goes away. She gets in that. I first had that other bowl there as just overflow, the second bowl. But then one day I filled it too much and I thought, oh, well, I'll just fill the whole thing. Well, she loves to get under it. And then as soon as it starts going over the second one, you stop. So that's good. All right. And the foam always happens. I do just think that it's the way the water comes out. All right, and then Hundo's bowl. And look at Serape already coming over to her water there. And we never use any kind of soap in the reptile water bowls. So I was very concerned about the foamy water, and Larry assured me that it was the spray and nothing. He showed me in a clean glass. So it's just the way the water comes out. Anybody else has another idea what the foam is, but we have, it just goes away and it doesn't have any smell or any taste. So, all right, now you can also take that water hose and press it less hard. And what you're going to do is come in here and just spray Serape's plants. And see how you have to just press it. It's not really that easy to press it so softly. And the plants just get watered all around, and they do come out over there. It has like babies growing, so I do spray the water over there. And it's okay if you get it on the glass, because I come and clean all the glass every now and then. So we just want to get the plant good and wet. So just give it a little spray, since I was spraying it as though it wasn't about to get sprayed again. And Serape is going under there, so go ahead and pick her up and stick her back in. And
So like, just like right here?
yes. And put her head in there. Perfect. Perfect. And sometimes you have to kind of get her in there fast and close that door really fast, because she knows where the open door is. And that's enough spraying. You did a good job.
Okay.
All right, now you are going to open the other side of Hundo's house. And Hundo is actually over there.
Wait, should I close this one first, though?
Yes. I am going to take this lid off. Sariah would never take this lid off. I'm just doing it so that maybe you guys can see Hundo, because he's so elusive. But when he's in his plants right now, and when she sprays, he's going to move. So we're going to take advantage of that. Taking the top off is not something Sariah would ever have to do. So even though the top's off, and it would be really easy to spray the whole top, I'm still going to have you go in through the side.
Okay, I see him a little bit. It looks as if he's kind of like under the ground a little
Yes,
bit.
he is a burrower. So he is like literally all the way under that stuff. But we should be able to see him move here.
I see him a little bit right here.
Did you see the whole earth move?
Yeah.
I'm going to put his water bowl back in here. I mean, his log. So when he does move, he has somewhere to go. Oh, I just saw his face.
Yeah, he
He's so cute.
spraying it.
Here, let me try this spray real quick. I'm going to show you. So when you're spraying it here through the side, the hardest part of this is hitting the trigger just right. You want to be sure to get all the roots. So we're going to really spray the dirt here. Kind of get it in there. There's some little plants there. So we're really just trying to get the roots really good. And then you can just kind of spray it. Get all the dirt wet. You guys, Hundo has, oh, there he is. Can we see? Hundo has an entire tunnel system that he's created. You can actually see part of his body. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you can see the black, red, and white.
Oh, his head's coming out.
Because I'm touching him. Oh, there he goes, you guys. There he goes. He's got his log, so he's going to get in that log as fast as he can. But you guys can see him. And that'll be enough water for his stuff. You guys see him going in his log. Oh, he's actually going to go in his water. They love fresh water. All of the animals love fresh water. And the fact that Hundo is not running and hiding right now, here, sorry, let me get over here. Oh, there he goes. It's incredible because he is just starting to get used to people. So there is the changing of the water bowls and the watering of the plants for Serape, the Aztec king snake, and Hundo, the Honduras milk snake. And like I said, Sariah would never have to take this top piece off. All right, Sariah, now the hardest part of all of this is putting Zsa Zsa's water bowl back.
All right.
So, and you guys can see Zsa Zsa, what she's doing right now is coming down, and she's going to sit in the windowsill because there's sun down there. So she's going to go sit on that windowsill. When there's no sun, she sits on that rock with Passethia. And sometimes Passethia, her, and Tinytim all together. All right, have you ever put a plant into a macrame?
I don't think so.
Okay, it's actually not the easiest task. It's almost like a puzzle. So let's have a quick look. And you kind of saw when I was taking it down. So when you stand on the stool, you always want to have it this way, perpendicular or orthogonal to this. Do you know what those words mean?
No.
So when you come in here, see all these little holes?
Yeah.
It's going to go above that in this big space. And you're going to set it in there, and then you have to work and adjust it to each one. Now remember how we put this flat side on Hundo's wall side? That flat side is going to go against this piece of wood here.
Okay.
So you go ahead and get up there, and I will help direct you. And you guys, this is Zsa Zsa's house. She lives in this whole entire thing. She sleeps up there. She sleeps all the way to the left. There's a little video on Facebook showing how she likes to shove her head up below the ceiling. And then she wakes up in the morning and comes and sits underneath her heater for a bit. And then she wakes up like you saw her this morning, coming down the diagonal. All right, you have done a really good job. So
I was trying to see if I could get it to sit more.
a little more,
even.
and that's great. And it's just a matter of doing it, and you'll get used to like how, you know.
Yep.
All right, here is your water hose. And you can fill that one with water.
All right.
And then after you fill that one with water, we will do the plants up here, Zsa Zsa's plants. Now, while she's filling that, I said that there was maintenance that had been not taken care of because we've had everything going on downstairs. And the maintenance is the regular switching out of Zsa Zsa's plants. You guys can see that Zsa Zsa eats some of these pothos. She does not eat as much of the spider plants or airplane plants as she does the pothos. She doesn't hardly eat it. That stuff has been up there for like 3 weeks. And usually I switch it out, like every 10 days or so. I have plenty of these plants due to my beautiful, wonderful friends who bring them to me all the time. Betty, thank you, Betty. So I have plenty of those so I can switch them out and she can get fresh plants all the time. But the spider plants, I don't have to switch out. She doesn't destroy those as bad. All right, so just like you pressed soft when you did these animals, and you're going to get it down in the roots. So we're going to actually make sure the dirt's getting sprayed. Did you get the high up ones yet? And yes, it's totally fine if that water is dripping right out of the bottom of those plants.
All right.
And I'll just actually finish up and you can watch how I do it, okay?
All right.
Because you're gonna get plenty of time to practice. Today's just the first day. So you can move that stool around however you need it. For this plant, I just spray the upper dirt there and the water comes down. And I also spray their leaves, but it is important to get that dirt all wet. And it's a nice long bent hose, so it's really easy. All right, and then this plant here, let's make sure we can see that. We cannot. So over here on this plant, we're going to be sure, just like always, and get the roots. So I'm actually going to stick this down there just in some different spots. Especially these spider plants, they like a lot of water on their roots. So I'll get everything like down in there. See how I'm getting it like in the thick spots, I'm sticking it in like that. And then I just water the whole thing this way. And then with these plants, we also have plants in the tortoises container, and we do the same thing. This hose is always running with water. So anytime you see something needs water, you can just do that. And if you come over here and look, and you can spray them, spray all this stuff. You can see down here there are plants off to the side and in the pot. So you'll want to be sure to get all of the roots, and then we just spray the tops. And then come on over here around this side and give that hangover thing a nice little spray. Get them all soaking wet. Yeah, he likes that. They love that water. And this water is warm and filtered. All right, come on over here. So we do have a lot of plants to water in this house. And don't forget that little grass on the side. And then even though that grass is all dead, believe it or not, it grows and they eat the green stuff. So that's why it looks like that. And there is, so water all that grass. Because even though it doesn't look like it, that grass does grow. And all the way over, yep, good. All right, and then this plant here, and again, these spider plants really like it right down here at their roots. So really get that dirt. And the last thing is going to be Tiny Tim's space. Tiny Tim, and that's good for now. That's plenty of water, and we'll talk about like the amount. Go ahead and give Tiny Tim's grass some water and his little plants. Tiny Tim does a really good job with his plants. He actually does not destroy them, but Zsa Zsa's been getting in there a lot. So, and those two little plants. And then it's hard to see because Zsa Zsa ate it. But there's a little tiny spider plant right there, and it grows. All right. So we do have other plants to water, but Sariah will not be watering these plants because they only need water like once every 10 days or every 3 weeks, some of them. So we won't worry about those. All right, Sariah, you can just set that hose down anywhere. It doesn't matter. And that hose comes out of an indoor faucet. It is filtered water, and it is nice and warm. So it's also temperaturized like the downstairs water. All right, you guys, we're just about done here. We're gonna go back outside, and I noticed that the tortoises needed their pool dumped again. And I think we'll probably just do that and then bring them inside. So Sariah, why don't you come over here and I'll take care of this pool, and you take this guy. Try to support his legs as much as possible. Hold on, let me see. Move that hand for a second. Okay. And go kind of quickly, not too slow, because the water's all dripping on him. All right, and then I got this little one. And we're going to put both of them back into Passithia's house, because this is their favorite time to be over there because the sun's about here. Sorry, you could take him too. The sun's about to come through. So once that sun comes through and gets on that whole side of that enclosure over there, those tortoises love it. And you guys can see Zsa Zsa over there. She's sitting in the windowsill. All right, let's get their food back. Here, hold your hands out. All right, and go put that on their rock, wherever they are. Sariah is going to put their food back on their rock. We do feed them in the same place, so they always know where to come when it's time to eat.
Oh.
And you can spread it out because the big one will take it all. So put like one zucchini far away from the other, like give a little pile. Yeah, perfect. Very nice. All right, and those little guys are going to enjoy their meal. Folks, I think we did everything. We changed the water bowls, we watered the plants, we put Zsa Zsa in the tub, we gave the tortoises a soak outside. And so now let's just talk to Sariah for a second and see how she feels. So let's come and stand right over here. I think I have the camera set up for that. So Sariah is not talking much yet, but I have a feeling that once she starts, we are not going to hear the end of her. So once she starts thinking of things that she wants to talk about and how she feels about stuff, I think we'll hear more from her. Come and stand over here just a little bit. All right, so you want to take her Zsa Zsa jacket off?
Just I get my hand stuck in it.
And we had to put this on so Zsa Zsa didn't scratch her arms because she carried Zsa Zsa all around, if you haven't seen that yet. All right, so Sariah, today was your very first day working at HappyBasins. We didn't get to go downstairs to the jungle room, but you've been down there, and we will do all of that on another day when Isis is not in recovery. And our little baby that was born. Did you know about the baby? Have you been keeping up?
Yeah.
Do you know his name?
No.
I know, I had to ask because I have to think about it. It's, I remember Aphrodite. Oh, water. He was born in the water. His name is Poseidon Aphrodite.
Poseidon Aphrodite.
Yep, 2 names.
Cool.
So Poseidon because he was born in the rain chamber, and Aphrodite because somebody said that is the word that means love. So that's why we added that. And we don't know if he's a he or a she. So we just have Poseidon Aphrodite for now. A great big name for a little tiny animal. So is there anything you can think? Of everything you did up here today, what do you think was the hardest part?
I don't know.
Nothing? It was all fun?
Yeah.
Great. And do you feel like you're going to get real comfortable with Zsa Zsa?
Yeah.
You did so good today. You picked her up so good and easy. And when you know how to do it, it just works out. She flows. She's really good. And then did you have a favorite animal? It's Zsa Zsa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everybody loves Zsa Zsa. Even Larry says of all the 12 animals in this house, Zsa Zsa is his favorite.
Zsa Zsa and your Aztec king snake.
Yes. Serape's really fun because of how social she is. Look, you guys. And we know Serape's a female because she has done false eggs. Like she's had eggs twice without mating at all. So we know for sure Serape's a female. And she loves her water bowl. She will get completely under that little plastic water bowl on the inside, completely rolled up under it. And you have to look for her head, and her little snout will barely be poking out of the water like a turtle. So cute. And then she climbs on her vines. And you guys, we let Serape out. She comes out and stays out for hours. And as long as we're in here, she'll stay in here. And she even climbs all the way on those, all the way up there to Zsa Zsa's place. So, I think that's all that we have for you guys today. I could show you some little gymnastics just for fun. Did you do gymnastics when you were here last time?
I did a little bit on the hoop.
On the hoop. Good. Well, maybe you could just do a little something, but I'll do mine first.
All right.
So I'll put my hammock back here. And I'm not going to really do anything. I'm just going to do one little move that's fun, that everybody always enjoys. And that is, voila! So we use these gymnastics things for exercise, as well as it's so good for your spine. That's the real reason I started doing aerial yoga, was for my spine and neck. Feels so good. All right. Wow. So let's see. Sariah's going to do a little something for us. Do you want to try that?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, nice. Very
Whoa.
good.
No.
Oh, that was great. Seriously.
I used to do stuff like this on the swing set that we had back at home.
Mm-hmm. Very fun. Good job. It takes some good strength to do that. All right, and then over here, we have our real aerial gym, not just the yoga hammocks, but here we have a hoop, we have the silks, and we have a bungee system. And we're not going to show you guys all of that today. We'll just the hoop. I'll do one little thing on the hoop, and then we'll have Sariah try something on the hoop. You can see when I put my legs together, I spin fast, and when I pull one out, I slow down.
Yeah.
So those are part of doing tricks. And again, everything you do upside down is really good to depressurize your spine, which of course Sariah's not thinking about at 11 years old, but at 51, I can tell you, it feels really good to be able to let my spine stretch out like that. So part of being a pet sitter at HappyBasins includes unlimited access to aerial yoga equipment.
I can't do it spinning.
And you will. You'll get the hang of it. All right, you guys. I think that we have had a really great time here today. I hope you guys enjoyed meeting. Let's just go back. Sariah, first of all. And you guys got to meet Passethia and Tinytim. Passethia was living in a snake rack drawer when we got him. And Tinytim and Passethia are the same age, but you can see the size difference. So one was an eating problem, not eating, and the other was, you can see there's pyramiding, how Passethia's shell, they're called scoots, they are pyramiding up. But since we've had Passethia for the last year, the space in between the scoots has flattened out significantly. The pyramiding will never go away, but all future growth will be nice and flat. And you guys can see Zsa Zsa sitting there. And then, so you guys met Tinytim, Passethia, and Zsa Zsa. And then you also got to meet Serape, the Aztec king snake, who will always come out every time you open her door. And you also got to meet Hundo, our Honduran milk snake. All right, she didn't fly out because of she just got all that water. So oh, here she comes. She's like, oh, I missed it. I missed it. Look at that little face. So there are all of our upstairs animals and our upstairs gym. All right, Sariah, let's say goodbye. It's always hard for me to end these live videos because it's so much fun. But I am going to come back and look at your guys' comments. If you have any questions for Sariah, ask them now because I'm going to check the comments. And we'll just kind of sit here for a minute and read through the comments, see if there are any responses required, and then we'll let you guys go. So, Sariah, you want to just hop right up into the hammock here? Sure. All right, let's see. I think I better get my phone. Saran, I know you said you had to go. but Isis has not eaten. I see that she asked that. We have only offered her food that very first night, and we have not offered her food again, but tonight's the third night, which it's so hard to believe that many days has gone by since all of that happened. So she will actually get offered food tonight. I hope she eats. All right. Let's look at any more comments here. You guys talked about Hansel and Gretel and the Brothers Grimm while my microphone was out. That's so cool. Hamlet, that's what Saran had said. She was really close, and it was Hansel. The names of the snakes here are Serape and Hundo, and that's probably been cleared up since you wrote that message. Wow, thank you, Saran, for reminding everybody to hit the like button. I really appreciate that. By the way, I haven't done anything measuring lately, but this last shed was nice and straight. Wonderful. 2 feet and 8 inches. It's so fun when your snake sheds and you get to see the changes that happen to your animal after a shed. The colors change, your shed is bigger. It's just fun. Saran, it looks like you kept trying to leave, but you couldn't. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. We really appreciate you guys spending this time with us. Thank you. And you guys will get to know Sariah better. The more comfortable she gets, the more she'll start jabbering, I'm sure, and have plenty to tell us. So does that feel pretty good?
Yeah.
All right, very nice. Now, I had planned to give Sariah a very little math lesson just for fun, but I didn't get all of my tools out. So I am a mathematics instructor. I specialize in teaching teachers how to teach math using patterns. So I just thought it would be fun, since Sariah's homeschooled, to come over and get a quick little fun math, interactive math lesson with manipulatives. So we'll work on that for a future program, since this time went so fast. And as you guys know, the past few weeks have been very chaotic around here. So we're going to get back into the rhythm of things and things get going. You guys, the baby is doing fabulous. He is still perching and moving around at night and perched during the day. If I get his little container in today and he gets a little thing we can see through better, not if, but when it's supposed to arrive today, then Larry will be putting the baby into the new container when he administers his little treatment. And then I'll have the camera on him and you guys can watch him on live feed. I know everybody wants to be able to check in on him just like I can. All right, you guys, thank you. Is there anything you want to say? You don't have to. No pressure.
Okay.
Does that mean, okay, I don't have anything to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, you guys. Thank you.